様こんにちは。今日もケイトラインに来ていただいています。Hi, Caitlin.
Hello.
Hi. Well, today we talk about Christmas.
Mhm.
Uh, well, when I was a child in Japan, I thought December 24th, Christmas Eve, is a very important day. And then I realized December 25th, Christmas Day is the most important day in this country. Well, so
Oh,
please tell me how you spent Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day.
okay. Um, I definitely think Christmas Eve has the tendency to be people's like family tradition day. And I had a small family, so my Thanksgiving, my Christmas Eve was always a little just quieter. We normally had my grandfather come over. We'd have like a nice dinner. And I think the one thing that most people probably do is they open one present on Christmas Eve night. I know some people like they want it to be like a theme. Like I had a friend who they always opened a round of presents, but it was always pajamas, like matching pajamas.
Oh,
So that, for some people that's their tradition. They have like that canonical December 24th gift. But for us, it was mostly just making spaghetti and meatballs, having my grandfather come over, and, maybe I opened up one gift, but it was always like a very small, like a
yes.
small gift.
Mm,
And then Christmas, I think, yeah, we mostly just made like a breakfast and then opened up, presents and stuff like that. Again, without having a really large family, for us, it was kind of like, all right, it was not just another day, but,
mm,
it lacked that like vibrant festivities that I think I see in a lot of other American media and in a lot of other people's families. But I
mm,
think it's good to just say, like, out there, for some people, it is just another day. Like out in the Midwest here, you
mhm.
see a lot of people working that day. It's just it's weird. It's kind of changed over the years. I've noticed from a very important family holiday to more just I don't really know, but yeah, there's traditions in there. It's just very varied.
Mhm. Yes. Well, Caitlin, I don't think you know about Japanese way.
Mhm,
Christmas Eve, um, young couples,
mhm,
they tend to go to a restaurant and it's a very important evening.
mhm,
And for instance, if I am single and I don't have any boyfriend, then I feel, wow, this Christmas is not so good for me.
mhm,
So Christmas is not the real Christmas. Christmas is a kind of a fun time for Japanese people.
mhm,
And a Christmas Eve, well, that day, if you go to bakery shops,
mhm,
you see lots of boxes and boxes. Inside, there is Christmas cake. It's
mhm,
a whole cake and then a white, well, coating in
mhm,
white cream with cream. And then there is a whipped cream around, and sometimes a small Santa Claus is on top or something like that.
mhm.
And people don't buy Christmas cake 25th, just
Just
24th.
hey, you know?
Well, that's very interesting. But even when I was a child, we had Christmas cake and then Christmas dinner. But Christmas dinner doesn't mean so fabulous. Just a
Mm,
kind of meal, but a little bit better than the other days. And
mhm,
then Christmas cake is my center of my the meal because Christmas cake was always so special. And when I came to this country, um, there was no Christmas cake like that.
it's
And do you have any Christmas cake?
we have fruitcake in the sense that it's I feel like it's more like a joke in the sense that you don't give a Christmas cake like as you would in Japan, like, you know how in Japan, you're going to somebody's house, you're going to bring a melon or something like that. It's this is more like a joke. I feel like if you brought a Christmas cake or fruit cake, sorry, to someone's house, it's just a joke in America that they're not good. They're just, if you ever see one, it's just a brown brick with dried, dehydrated fruit kind of just popped in there, and
Yeah.
it's just jokingly said to be very, very gross of a cake. So if you don't like your neighbor, you bring them a Christmas or a fruit cake. I have not seen one in decades though. So I don't know if we still do that, but
Mm, mm. I remember there was a fruit cake, and then it's a square, very heavy
yeah.
cake, and then inside there are dried fruit,
Yeah.
right? Yes, as you say, it's not so good. I mean, maybe because it's hard to bite, and to me, cake is soft,
Yes.
but fruit
Well,
cake is hard.
well, that's like I have to say this real quick about Japanese confectionaries and sweets, like that concept of hua hua. Just it's so true because here in America, yeah, you get that dense sponge cake, and it's not right. So I'm
Yes,
sure Japanese
right.
Christmas cookies are much
Yeah.
better.
So, well, Caitlin, you've eaten some Japanese cake in Japan.
Mhm. Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh
so
yeah.
you felt fua.
Oh yeah. There's so many cafes over there now that have those themes of, it's like I can't remember the name of the characters, but yeah, a lot of friends that I had over there, since I spoke Japanese, that's what they would say is, "Oh, can you take me to this restaurant that I want to try because I don't want to go in knowing only English." So I tried a lot of cake that way actually because I'm not a big
Oh,
sweets person, but
mm.
so
Well then, what kind of cakes do you like? I mean,
I
in Japan.
oh, in Japan. I'm trying to, what I used to get a lot actually, there was a taiyaki stand in
Oh,
Asukasabashi.
taiyaki?
Yeah, I know it's not cake, but it was my favorite thing, and I would go to a little stand in Asukasabashi like every other day, and I would be like, "Please, like just give me one," and I would just go and I'd eat it by the river.
Yeah, oh, that's wonderful. I love taiyaki too. It's totally different from cakes, but still very tasty, and it makes me feel happy.
Oh yeah, I don't think Americans are used to that red bean paste because I've tried to have people, I've said try it, you might like it, and they want, they're gonna want the Christmas cake that
Yeah,
Japan is famous. They
right.
want.
Yeah, that's right. And then how about in this country? What kind of cake do you like?
I actually, this is good because I used to do this on Christmas too, and I kind of forgot. My mom and I would actually make forgot the name of it, a cheesecake every year for
Mm,
a while.
mm.
That was the one
Oh,
thing that we could do because we're not good bakers and they weren't good cooks. So I've had to learn how to be a better cook. But back in the day, we made cheesecake, and I guess nostalgically, that's
mm,
still
mm,
what I
mm,
prefer if I'm gonna like eat a
mm.
cake here. So
Oh, yeah. Well, cheesecake is really good.
very
Yeah,
dense.
yeah, cheesecake is a special cake for me. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and then Christmas Day, um you when you get up in the morning,
mhm,
like when you were a child, were
mhm.
you very excited because you did by the way, did you believe about Santa Claus?
I did. I'm trying to remember when. I remember it happened in the middle of class. I want to say in like second grade when some kid yelled out like something like, "Oh, and he thinks Santa's still real," and so that, and I think my poor little youthful heart was like, "No," but so I did, but I think I was getting to that age where it was that this isn't real. Like it was probably going to be that year anyways. But
Yeah.
no, I was such a shy kid. I actually, I this is going to sound so weird. I kind of hated opening Christmas presents because I felt everyone watching me and waiting for that reaction. and I hate that. And that's why I really appreciate Japanese customs of, "Here, take this present, now open it when I'm gone." 'Cause
Yes,
so I would always very slowly open the presents, and my dad would always give me grief. He'd be like, "Just rip into it, just, like, tear into it," and it's like, I couldn't. I felt like an animal. I'd have to just, like, very gently open the box and fold the
yes,
paper and put it away.
yes, yes, yeah, that's right. And then before Christmas Day, your parents asked you what you want for Christmas?
Yeah, I would
Yeah, I
oh, yeah, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was when I believed in Santa, yeah, there was, like, a deadline, you had to send Santa the list, which honestly probably would have been right around the corner because my mom, knowing my mom, she wanted to get that stuff now. And especially because I wanted stuff from Japan, like, back in the day when it wasn't easy to get. So she
yeah,
had to she was using, like, eBay to find
yes,
these
yeah,
things that I was asking of for J from Japan. Yeah,
yeah.
my parents were always very, very, very generous. I normally was able to ask for 1 or 2 kinda, like, big things, and then, my mom would make a quilt or something else alongside that, and little knickknacks like socks or, notebooks I'd get too. So, it was great. I loved it. It was very special. I'm very grateful for that.
Yes, and I think you mentioned about things from Japan, but even when you were so small, you were interested in Japanese things?
Oh, yeah, I think, I can't remember if I ever told you when we were working together, but yeah, it's, I found there was a magazine when I was 10 years old called Girls World, and they would do, like, a cultural piece,
Yes.
um, and yeah, every month, and the very first one that I got ever, it was Japan, and there was this beautiful little girl in a red kimono and Tokyo Tower and, the sakura, hanamis, all of that in display in the magazine. I just went, "This is magical. Where is this? Like, this I've never seen this in America." And yeah, and then that just kind of spurred it. And that was also about the time you start to see a lot of, like, big animes coming over too. And that's when
Oh,
yeah, and a lot of we didn't know. Like, for example, Sailor Moon, we had no idea that was Japanese. So to us, we just thought, "Oh, this is an American cartoon." But
oh,
that's right around the time networks decided to not hide where it was coming from, and so I
yes.
kinda got introduced to Japan, and then I saw this other beautiful visual media that I really enjoyed, and then it kinda just segued from there. So,
Oh,
that's basically it.
well, Helen, I didn't know you knew Sailor Moon. It was going on in this country?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think
Ah,
it's run I would say I probably have been aware of it since I was about 8 years old, maybe? I think it
oh.
came out the year I was born, so I would
Mm,
say, yeah, it probably took about 8 years to come over here, but yeah.
Wow, my goodness. Ah, well, I know you are very interested in Japanese culture and Japanese language, but I didn't know you're so small when you had some access to Japanese animation.
That
Wow.
that was actually a Christmas gift one time was a Japanese dictionary. So
Ah,
so yeah,
really?
fun. All comes back. It all comes back.
So it's English Japanese dictionary.
Yeah, it was this it's the I think I actually hold on one sec. For the fun of it, do I have it right here? Oh, I do. I do. Here it is. I still have it.
Goodness, Japanese English. Wow, English. Oh,
Good book.
I see
It's a good book.
both. Yes.
Anyone's
The-
learning. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, no. Well, so someday I want you to tell me how you started studying English, no, Japanese, seriously. Well, it's almost time, so not today, but some other time in the future.
It's a great
Yeah.
topic. I truly and I do love talking about learning languages, and I think especially for your channel, it might be fun for, I might have some resources that people could utilize as well. So I'd love to talk
I
about it.
think I
Yeah.
think so. And then also, I wanted to mention some, well, tips to learn English, and as you told me what to do, from your own mouth.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I'll list. Yeah.
Yes. Well, okay. Then I hope you're going to have a great Christmas this month.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you. I hope you and your family all get together and you have a lovely one. So.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, then, see you next time. Thank you, Caitlin.
Toodles.
Goodbye.